commenter asked how to break up a dog fight. I hate when videos or articles drone on and on without getting to the point. So I'm gonna tell you how to break up a dog fight, then I'm gonna go into some other ways and some details and the pros and cons of the way that I'm telling you how to break up a dog fight. So really the way I break up a dog fight is I make a loud sound, I go in, I grab the aggressor's collar. That's the nuts and bolts of it. That's the way I do it. Can you get bit doing that way? Yes, you can. If you're gonna actually break up a dog fight, there's a chance you're gonna get bit. Not a good chance. I've never been bit breaking up a dog fight, okay? Because I go, hey, and I clap, and I go in and I grab the dog. Why the clap and the yell? Because the clap and the yell lets the dog know you're coming in. They're not looking to bite you. And if it's loud enough and poppy enough, their subconscious or maybe their eyes go, okay, that guy's arm is coming down. And then when you grab them, they're not so apt to bite you. Can you get bit with this method? Yes. If you have a hose near you, a lot of people are gonna comment on this and go, well, what about the pick up the back legs? What about the hose? All fine ways. Great ways. If you have a hose and you have the time, do it. There's not always a hose. The back leg one, where you pick up the back legs and you pull them out, I've never done it. It's never felt right to me to do that at the moment. I've never been bit. I've broken up a lot of dog fights. The worst dog fight I ever witnessed to was I was in a client's home, 3 rescue dogs. We were training them to go to their bed while people coming over. We're sitting there doing this, and then right before the fight, about a second before the fight, the energy in the room, everything changed. It just, for about a second, everything got weird. And I was like, it just got weird. And then these 2 dogs just went at each other and they latched onto each other's face. It felt like it was 10 minutes. It probably wasn't. We could not break up the fight. We were pulling them off, nothing. We were using beds on top of them. Eventually we had to move them to a sliding door, each one latched on the sliding door, and we had to close the sliding door on them. That's the only way we could break up the fight. I was sure a dog was gonna die that day. They didn't. I think there was a vet visit per dog. But that was the worst fight I've ever broken up, and we barely broke it up. So, you should also have a last line of defense. Every zoo that I've worked at, every place with animals, they have a last line of defense. You can guess what that is, okay? Your last line of defense, in my opinion, should be pepper spray. I would pepper spray a dog if a dog was gonna die, okay? That's what I would do. And I think everyone should have that. I think people should have that when they go on walks. When I go on walks with dogs, I have pepper spray. If I'm walking some little tiny dog and some giant dog jumps a fence and starts barreling at me, I'm gonna use that pepper spray. And then if the owner comes out and gets mad at me pepper spraying their dog, I'm gonna get mad at them because that's insane. Your dog could be seriously injured that day. People get pepper sprayed every day, right? I'm a big fan of a last line of defense. Have I ever used it? No. Would I use it? Absolutely I would, rather than see a dog die. So, there's a lot of ways to break up a dog fight. There's hoses, there's back leg stuff. Someone even said, put your finger in their rear end. Never done any of that. I have gone clap and then grab the dog and try to separate the dogs, all right? But I also don't hardly ever break up dog fights because what I've said to you in every one of these videos is like, be the boss around groups of dogs. Or if you're in home and 2 dogs are not liking each other, which I get comments and calls every day about, you got it. When you say come, you mean come. When you say get off the couch, you go grab them, take off the couch. Let that dog know that the boss is around and the boss means business. You want that dog, when you say off, they're like, okay, dude, I'm off. Those dogs don't fight with each other, generally speaking. Okay, that's the key. You don't want to be breaking up dog fights. You want to not let dog fights happen. And how do you do that? You are the boss of the house. Okay, enough with sleeping in the bed. Enough with your dog blowing you off for cum. Enough with your dog pulling you down the street. Enough with your dog not listening to you. That's how you don't let dog fights happen. And every one of my videos, I talk about this way to be. And I say that because that's my thing, is aggression, right? Positive reinforcement isn't gonna fix your dogs fighting with each other in the house. It never will. You've got to be the boss. People are like, oh, dominance isn't real, blah, blah, blah. It is real. You being the boss, and these two dogs not liking each other, they do like each other, but they would go, I'm not gonna fight around this dude. This guy means business. This guy is the boss. We're down here, he's up here. They're here, you're here, and they're here, about equal. Equal down here with you. This is for fighting stuff. I'm not talking puppies, I'm not talking basic obedience. I use treats for all that stuff. But dogs that growl, that side-eye each other, all that stuff, you are the boss of the house. You're not messing around. All right, that's how to break up a dog fight video.